Recently, we released a video on how to kill barrier champions. Then what happens? Bungie drops Revision 0, another exotic with anti-barrier rounds. But here's the question, is it good at taking out barrier champions? Can it compete with the likes of Lament, Wish Ender, Ariana's Vow, or the current king of anti-barrier, Arbalest? To get this weapon, you'll need to own this season's Season Pass. Progress the seasonal quest More Than a Weapon to the point where you gain access to the exotic mission Operation Seraph Shield. Once you complete the mission, which isn't too difficult if you LFG, return to talk to Clovis in the Helm and he'll give you the red border Revision 0. Because this weapon is craftable, you can dismantle the red border and that will unlock the pattern so you can craft your own. But let's talk about the base weapon. The exotic perk is Hunter's Trace. This weapon fires special shield-piercing ammunition. Precision hits grant targeting data. Long press to swap to an alternate scope, loading high damage rounds based on the amount of targeting data. Those high damage rounds are no joke, they're like sniper shots, but on a primary weapon. This weapon also features 2 different firing modes in addition to those high damage sniper mode rounds. Depending on the mode you select, it will change the stats on this weapon. On the weapon I crafted, the 4 burst mode has 56 range but 70 stability, while the 2 burst mode has 81 range and 50 stability. And we'll be testing out all of them. So we're going to be taking this into today's Lost Sector. We've got the 4 burst equipped. We'll do some damage to the champion, then when he pops his shield, we'll take it down. It takes 3 shots, so 10 to 12 hits to pop the shield. Now let's check out the 2 burst. When we shoot with the 2 burst mode, it takes 5 to 6 bursts to take down the shield again. Again, 10 to 12 shots, so there's no difference in the damage you do between the modes. In higher level content where barriers regenerate their health faster, this could hurt you. The 4 burst may be the way to go. And lastly, let's try out those high damage rounds. Once you swap to the high damage rounds, this is going to one-shot the barrier shield. This is very satisfying to pull off. But it requires you to hit crits in order to set up your shot. It rewards being precise at all stages in an engagement. Putting this against other exotic anti-barrier weapons, here's how they stack up. Revision 0 is one of the most accessible exotics in Destiny. Only Arbalest and Ariana's Vow are easier, and that's only because you can purchase them in the tower. So far as effectiveness, the 4 burst and high damage modes are the best options for taking down barrier champions. The 2 burst feels weak and just took more time to break the barrier shield. However, both Wish Ender and Arbalest can one-shot champion shields with no setup at all. Another advantage is that Revision 0 is a primary weapon, and that gives it a leg up on special options like Ariana's Vow and Arbalest, or even a heavy option like Lament. And then in terms of perks, this exotic is craftable, which means that it has access to enhanced perks. Guys, this pulse already feels good, and we don't even have it in its final form. No other anti-barrier exotic has ever had access to these. As far as the disadvantages, the best version of this weapon is the sniper rounds, but it has a setup cost. You have to get precision hits, not just hits, to build up targeting data. If you have trouble hitting crits, it will take longer to build up those charges. And, as I said before, both Wish Ender and Arbalest one-shot barrier shields and require no setup other than firing the gun. In conclusion, this weapon is really good at taking out barrier champions. Inside of content like Lost Sectors and Nightfalls, you can't go wrong slotting this kinetic pulse. However, the competition from Arbalest and Wish Ender makes this very close. Arbalest hits harder and allows you to one-shot not just barrier shields, but all elemental shields. Wish Ender can one-shot barriers and gives you wall hacks for free. All in all, I would probably rank Revision 0 in its current form as the 3rd best behind Wish Ender and Arbalest. After that, I think Lament and then Ariana's Vow. But what do you think? Leave a comment and let us know what you think of this pulse rifle and which exotic you think is best for barrier champions. For more guides, builds, and reviews, like, subscribe, and power melee that notification bell.